Hi everybody, welcome to Summer Messy Church. I hope you're all doing well, are you? That's good. It's been ages since we met together in church, hasn't it? Things have been really very different over the last few months, haven't they? So we're having to do Messy Church online today, but hopefully, after the summer, we'll maybe be able to meet together again. Today we'll do the best we can online, but I'm afraid we can't eat our dinner together, can we? But we do have three really good crafts, and we're going to start with a really good story. Now, that's the opposite way to usual, isn't it? Normally, we do the crafts, then the story, but this time we're doing the story and then we're going to do the crafts. So, let's get started with the story. Who's wondering where Libby is? Well, Libby would love to be here today helping with Messy Church as normal, but she has been really busy because she is one of our NHS heroes. So we're very thankful to Libby for all the work that she's been doing, but it means that she can't be here with us today. Are you sitting comfy? Then let's start the story. It comes today from the Bible and from first part of the Bible in the book of Daniel. Now, Daniel and his three friends, and lots of other people too actually, lived in Jerusalem and they worshipped God, they loved God, but unfortunately they were taken to another country and made to work there. And that was the country of Babylon, and it was a big, powerful country. And in charge of the country was a big, powerful king called Nebuchadnezzar when this story happened. Now, Nebuchadnezzar had this idea. In his country, people worshipped all sorts of things and all sorts of people and all sorts of gods. So he decided he would build a massive, great big statue. And the statue would be put in a very flat area so that it really stood out. And what he would do is he would get music playing, and when the music was playing, everybody in the area had to bow down and worship this big statue. Now, Daniel and his friends only worshipped God. They knew that was the right thing to do, and so that's what they did. But Daniel's three friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, now you probably don't have many friends with those names, do you? But that's what Daniel's friends were called. And they were invited to this big flat area where the big statue was, ready to worship the statue. Now, it wasn't the kind of invite you turned down, you had to go. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego went. When the music was playing, everybody started to bow down and worship the statue. Everybody except for, that's right, Daniel's three friends. They didn't worship the statue. They knew the right thing was to not worship, but they also knew that they would be in trouble for not doing it. They were right there. Nebuchadnezzar's advisors, the important people round about him, had said to him, if there's people that are not worshipping this statue, you should definitely punish them. And Nebuchadnezzar had decided that he would put them in a big fiery furnace. He didn't think he would really have to use it because he expected everybody to bow down and worship the statue. But he had the furnace ready in case there should be anyone who didn't bow down. Well, Nebuchadnezzar's important guards and important advisors were all watching when everybody was bowing down to worship the statue. I mean, they were worshipping too, but they watched and they saw Daniel's three friends not bowing, not worshipping. So they were really quick to tell King Nebuchadnezzar, and he said, bring those 3 guys to me. I'll give them another chance. So Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego had to go in front of King Nebuchadnezzar, the big, powerful king of this big, powerful nation of Babylon. They were quite scared, but they knew God was with them. He'd been with them when they did the right thing and not bowing. He was with them now as they came in front of King Nebuchadnezzar. And King Nebuchadnezzar said to them, giving you another chance. This time you can bow down, worship the statue, and we'll say no more about it. But do you know what Daniel's 3 friends said? They said, we will never bow before your statue. Our God is the only God we will worship. And they said, we know he's powerful enough to save us from your fiery furnace. But do you know what? Even if he didn't, we still wouldn't bow to this statue. Well, Nebuchadnezzar was furious, and he said to his guards, make that fire hotter than it's ever been before. And he said, get the strong men to tie up these 3 guys and then fling them in. Well, can you imagine how Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego were feeling as they were getting tied up and as they could hear the fire roaring and crackling? I think you're right, I think they would feel scared. But they knew they'd done the right thing, and they knew God was with them. Anyway, they were thrown into the fire, and Nebuchadnezzar came over closer to have a look and watch what happened next. I know what he was expecting. Do you know what he was expecting? Yeah. Well, there they were, in the fire. The people who'd thrown them into the fire, it was too hot for them. They couldn't cope, even going near the fire to throw them in. Nebuchadnezzar looked, and as he looked, he thought, I got someone to tie them up, and now they're wandering around in the fire. He said, actually, it's not just 3. It was 3 men we put in there, and now there's 4. In fact, I think the 4th one is an angel. Well, Nebuchadnezzar thought, these guys, Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego, they were right. Their God is really powerful. He's actually saved them from the fire. So he said to his guards, bring out these guys right away. So the 3 friends were taken out of the furnace. And do you know what? They didn't even smell of smoke. They didn't have singed clothes. There was no smokiness on their hair, on their beards, nothing. In fact, didn't even smell as if they'd been near a barbecue. Nebuchadnezzar learned a big lesson that day, and he said, from now on, we're not going to worship that statue that we made. We're going to worship the God of these 3 guys. We're going to worship God because he's powerful. Powerful enough to save these guys from a big fire. So what can we learn from the story? Well, Daniel's friends did the right thing, but they didn't do it alone. They knew God was with them. When they were in the fiery furnace, God was there with them. And God saved them. That's how powerful God is. Sometimes bad and scary things do happen to us, don't they? Sometimes we feel afraid. But we never ever need to feel alone and afraid, because God is always with us. And also, when we know the right thing to do and it feels a wee bit scary to do it, God can help us feel brave enough to do the right thing, to treat people properly and to honour God in what we do and what we say. Who's ready for doing some crafts? Okay then, I've asked one or two of our Messy Church friends to help us with the crafts.
Hello! Hi, it's Kathleen here.
Hello.
And Erin, and we're missing you all.
I know we're missing you. And we're going to do a craft out of some my glue and my paint and some tissue paper and some logs and some paper and chalk and pennies to some colours.
Yeah, so we're going to make a craft that Ruth has asked us to do, and we've just got all the crafty things that we've got.
And got paint mixed this orange.
Yes, we've mixed red and yellow together to make orange.
Yeah.
And we have got tissue paper. We're going to do it in black paper, but you can do it on anything. And we're using chalk, but obviously you can use crayons or anything. So we're going to do Daniel, friends, and the angel that came to save them from the fire. So, right, that's it, that's that. And then we are going to make flames and wood. Are you going to put the glue on or the paint on?
I'm going to paint it.
You paint it, I'll glue it. Okay, so we're going to do gluing for the cereal box to make it look like wood, because it was a very burny fire. And lots of flames and tissue paper for flames as well. And we've got sticks as well.
And some paint.
For walks.
And some orange paint from me.
Yes, yes.
There's much orange.
There we go. And yes, our picture's coming on. And I'm sure these men were scared. They trusted Jesus, but they were scared as well. And have you ever been scared? But you do know that Jesus is always with you and can always will always listen to you, and you can always talk to him.
Hey, what you all do? Look at this. We made it. So you can use anything you want to. You can use chalk or crayons or paint or stones or anything. But we made it. Hope you all do well. And I hope the past goes away so we can go out again. And
So this is our finished result. We would love to see yours. Hope you have fun making it. Bye bye.
Hello everyone, good to see you. This is Stuart and Elliot from our house in lockdown. Esther has been coming to Messy Church more than me the last year, but we thought we'd put together this special COVID-19 lockdown Messy Church video for you guys.
Yeah.
And are we missing Messy Church?
Yes.
You love Messy Church Sundays, don't you? They're so good. Well, listen, we're going to try and do something fun for you guys to copy or to get some inspiration from, to have fun at home, to worship God, to have church at home as a family. And let's see how it goes. So today, what we're going to do?
And we're going to make some instruments.
Some instruments, right. So what we've done is we've just brought stuff out of our cupboards, stuff out of our recycling to see what we can make. And maybe you've got similar stuff, but you can just do your own and make up your own instruments. So let's see what we can come up with in the next few minutes, Elia. Right, let's go. What should we start with?
I think we should start with
What have you got here? Coffee cups?
yeah, coffee cup.
Right, so you had coffee cups in the cupboard.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do next?
We're going to put some rice in them.
All right, you get the cups organised. I'll bring this over.
We're good. So we're going to get 2 each.
Oh, okay. 2 cups each, right?
Yeah.
How much should we put in? Do you want to do it?
Sure.
More fun. How much do you think you should put in? All right.
That's enough.
Okay. All right. Do you want to do one for me as well? You all right? Is it too heavy? No? All right. Okay. Okay, that's good. So rice thingy back on in case the flies come in.
And we're going to turn the other cup upside down on it.
So you got rice in this cup, and you take another cup and you put it on top.
And then we're going to tape it.
Right, I'll hold it.
This is going to be enough tape.
Right. So this tape needs to go nice and tight all the way around. Have we got enough on there?
No.
No, do you want to go around another time?
Yeah.
Alright,
We're
go
gonna
for it.
make a
Alright,
big
let's just...
one.
We don't want it to go everywhere like a huge bomb. Like if we shake it and it comes apart and there's rice everywhere in the living room.
Okay, let's see here.
Alright.
Okay, there we go.
Brilliant. Get it on there right and tight. Squeeze that sellotape on all the way around. Doesn't matter if it goes round twice, does it? Right, nice and tight. Make sure it's all, we've got masking tape, which is not really sticky. Sellotape's probably better, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh! Hey, yours sounds good.
And also
So-
you can decorate around it. So I'm gonna take the penguin.
Hey, that works quite
I'm gonna
well.
take a penguin. And
You're going for the penguin. I am gonna go for the. Does anybody else watch? What do you call that thing with the zoo again?
Oh, the zoo.
Jurgen. Jurgen is on mine. You know, I am the most important animal in the zoo. Elia, have you ever had to take one of these before? There's a few parents that have used these before, Calpol, anyone? Calprofen? Well, if you detach these, they actually make okay flutes. Can you detach yours? Here, have mine.
That one's hard. Oh, wait.
Ooh. There's only one note, but it makes a good strong note. Our bird food tub is empty. Have you ever come to the end of a wrapping paper roll and gone, ooh, nice tube? Well, we've got a good one here, which was kind of formerly a kind of a lightsaber type effort, wasn't it, Elia? Ooh. Our very own didgeridoo, yeah! Go and see if your mum's got a wrapping paper drawer now, and you're good to go. What this is all about is we are making instruments so that during lockdown you can have worship in your house once you've made your instruments, once you've found your instruments, to praise God, to just tell him how much you love him and think he's great, and you can worship him and he knows it comes from you. And that's what making these instruments is all about. It's been a messy process, definitely for us. This is probably about our 17th take. But now we're gonna make some music, aren't we? All right, we've got our didgeridoo, we've got our shakers, we've got our clunk clunk apples, we've got our makeshift washing board, we've got our drum, and we are ready to rock and roll. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Should we make a start?
Hello, and welcome to Shed Science with him, Thompson.
And I'm Dad.
When doing science, it's very important to be safe. Should we go and get safe?
Yeah.
Back in a minute. As you can see, I have donned a pair of spectacles to make me look more intelligent and therefore sciencey. Thompson, however, has taken it a bit too far. It's not dangerous, we don't need all of this stuff. What you need for this science experiment is quite simple. You need 2 people, 2 cups, a piece of string, and something to make a hole with. Thompson, that's too much. I love your enthusiasm, but it's just too much. And what I was really thinking was 2 paper cups or yogurt pots will do. Just a piece of string or wool, if you've got some wool lying around the house, and also something to make a hole with, like a skewer or like a sharp knife. Be careful with the sharp knife, or a little pair of scissors to make a hole. This is what you have to do. So step 1 is take your cup and your sharp thing and make a very small hole in one end. Take your other cup and do exactly the same thing. Step 2 is to take the string and pass it through the hole out the other side, and then tie a nice big knot, if we can zoom on the knot, to stop the string going back through the hole. And step 3 is to do exactly the same on the other end. Through the bottom, nice big knot. And the final step is to stretch it really tight between 2 people. The tighter the string is, the better, and then speak into it. So Thompson, tell me if this works. Hello Thompson, can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Oh, it does work. Oh, that's exciting. Thompson, I'm going to put the camera, like the phone, in the thing. Can you talk into the thing, see if we can hear it on the camera?
Hello.
Wee bit louder?
Hello.
I don't know if you can hear that or not, but that actually worked. That's fun. Things you can do to make it more fun: try decorating your cup. If your cup isn't as pretty as these ones that I bought from the pan shop, why not try and see if it works if you go around corners, or if it works with a really, really, really long bit of string that can go all the way over to your neighbour's house or something, maybe. So that is shed science.
How did you get on with the crafts? Did you have fun? Normally we'd have dinner now, wouldn't we? Today we can't, but I wonder if maybe you could try making your own pizza. Maybe you could make it look like a fire, thinking all the kinds of foods that make fiery colours. Maybe you could even have something like wood on it. Not real wood, maybe some ham or some salami, pepperoni. I'll leave you with that idea. But before we go, I'm going to speak to God in prayer. So let's pray. P-R-A-Y, pray. Father God, we thank you so much for today. Thank you that we can have fun together even though we're not in the same place at the same time. And we thank you that you're with all of us in every place that we are today. And every day, thank you that you go with us. We don't need to be afraid because you're always with us. We can always talk to you as if we were at a telephone. We can always know that you're there, and we can always worship you. So please bless us all wherever we are. Keep us all safe. Thank you that you love us. Amen. Bye bye everyone. See you again soon, hopefully.